What's up, band geeks and orc dorks? Is that offensive? I consider myself a band geek and an orc dork, so, like, I don't really find it offensive, but if you feel offended, sorry. So in middle school, we had to do one of those career day things where, like, you go around to different classrooms and people tell you about their jobs, and maybe you get inspired to do one of those when you grow up. Well, I had been through career day, and I went to, like, a forensic scientist, an entrepreneur, a weatherman. The whole day ended with all of us in an auditorium, and they had a band come in and play for us. And it didn't matter what I had seen that day, but the second I saw that band, I was like, that is what I want to do when I grow up. Which I don't think the point of the band being there was. In 8th grade, I bought a blue Fender Squier electric bass and started lessons and started playing, and I soon realized that my hands were way too small to play bass. I don't know why I chose bass. It was an impulse. I was never very good, and aside for, a couple of noodling over the years, I haven't really had much use for it. I just really, really wanted to be in a band because I wanted to be cool. Fast forward to this year, I find myself in a band playing clarinet. Not a wind ensemble band, but a rock band with guitars and drums and singers. It was mid-September, and my friend, we'll call him Dr. P. So Dr. P and I work together. He has a PhD, and we were at a party for these bike people that we work with and for, and I was vaguely aware that he was a bass player in a band, but I had never been out to see any of his shows. As the night progressed from the late hours into the very early hours of the next day, I found myself on sort of a pseudo fire escape talking to Dr. P. He was like, yeah, I'm moving away, you should come see my band, we're playing on Friday, October 6th. And I was like, oh, yeah, totally, I'll be there. That's my birthday. He was like, wait, but you play clarinet, right? So I said, yes. And then he said, do you want to play a song with us? We need a clarinet player. Heck yes, where do I sign up? The song that they had me play on is called Back Pocket by Vulfpeck. And it's a fun song. There's a little clarinet trio part at the end that my friend Mike helped me transcribe. So, playing for about 10 seconds on the end of one song turned into playing on the full song, which turned into then playing on 4 other songs. The performance went great. We played at Night Shift Brewing. It's a little brewery outside of the city. After the gig, they were sort of like, yeah, you kind of survived trial by fire. And I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, yeah, do you want to be in the band? You played great. Yeah. So now I'm not only just with the band, I am in the band. And the band is called Rubyfruit Jungle. The Rubyfruits gather every Tuesday night. Rubyfruit Jungle. And we have a little teeny tiny rehearsal space underneath the Thai food restaurant.
Nice. I'm glad that harmony's working.
You're doing a different one. It's fine. But just so you know, yeah.
And we perform about once a month. Now, I'm one of the newer members of the band. As I mentioned, my friend Dr. P moved away, so they needed a new bass player. So him and I are kind of like the rookies of the band. However, I haven't been used to improvising, and I haven't been used to improvising, and ever since a couple months ago, I sort of learned how to improvise. I'll read you the set list. So, our first set.
Cissy, Strut, Valerie, my Cheri, Amore, give me one reason, Sunday morning, head, side to side, rich girl, make my dreams come true, back pocket, I wish, superstitious, funky music, brick house, kiss, 24K.
You might realize that there's a lot of, funky songs on there, like Superstitious, funky music, brick house, September. Any song that has any sort of saxophone solo or horn part is what I double with the keyboard player. Or, I just sort of transcribe all the little saxophone solos and noodles, and I just put those into the songs where they belong. So the Ruby for Jungle gigs typically start out where everyone sort of comes into the pub and sits down, has a drink. We're still doing our sound check. And everybody's coming in, like, sort of getting settled at their table with their beers, and, like, the band does beers too. We're a party band, so we're here just to have a party. The night progresses a little bit, and there's that one guy, and you guys know who I'm talking about. Did you see that? I'm just gonna play it one more time. So the party gets started by one guy and his buddy. We usually play one set, and then we have like a 20-minute break where like the band has to rest and get beer and talk about our next set and like hang out outside and whatnot. And then we go and play another set where, you know, things around this point have progressed. People are a lot more comfortable in the pub, and so they enjoy dancing and singing. Just having fun. We're there to have fun. So that's how my high school dream of being in a band was realized. I'm just going to do a really quick gig update. I mentioned before that I am a freelance musician, and so I play in a lot of different things, and being in a band is just one of those little things that I found myself doing, which is great. I've also played with a new music group called Some Assembly Required. One of my friends that I went to school with, he started this group so he plays French horn. There's also a trombone player and a pianist, and the three of them are the core members of the group, and then they invite other people to perform with them and sort of put together chamber music based on the pieces that are either written for them or that already exist out there in the world. There's a great Piazzolla piece that they transcribed for the three of them to play, and I thought it was phenomenal. I really liked it. And our last performance, the big one, was at the Lily Pad in Inman Square in Cambridge, which I had never played in before until that night. Sort of overlapping with that was the werewolf opera that I did a vlog about, which was just a really fun, it sort of was a little bit like musical theater meets opera, and it was the 2 weekends leading up to Halloween, and our closing night was on Halloween night. So if you have any questions about the werewolf opera, definitely go watch my vlog about that. Early November, I had a trio recital with a trio that I helped to start. It's called Mythic Winds. It's me and 2 other women, and we both are affiliated with Southern New Hampshire University, and so we did a faculty recital recently, and I'm going to be uploading videos from that recital every Thursday. So keep an eye out for those. And at the end of this month, getting ready for Christmas, I am playing in a Charlie Brown's Christmas in Boston, so I'm really looking forward to that, and that is my first ever public performance improvising, so that'll be fun. I'm a supporting player, but also a soloist, and it's with some of the players from Some Assembly Required, and it just goes to show how networking as a freelance musician can get you other gigs elsewhere. Stay tuned for more concerts and updates, and yeah, I'm really cool with doing it. See you in my next video.